Next up, we will have our mayor, Ignacio Velasquez, as the spokesperson for Measure P.
Thank you for saving the best for last. The most important subject we have here in San Benito County.
And you will have a 30-second opening statement.
Well, I'm pleased and I'm proud to be here to represent Measure P. And I'm very pleased to see that we have no opponent on Measure P. And that's a lot of peace. And you'll find that what we've done here in the community as far as the elected officials and the community working together is we understand this is one of the most important things we could do as a community to get our roads fixed. It's the only time you're ever going to see in your lifetime both the Republican Party and the Democrat Party agreeing this needs to be done. All the elected officials in the city of Hollister, the county of San Benito, city of San Juan Bautista. And we all agree because we understand something very important. If we don't do this and get our roads fixed, we're never going to bring that industry to our community. We're never going to catch up. And when we fall behind on the roads, it has the potential of really bankrupting our community. This here is a project that we have worked on so hard together, did a lot of research, a lot of studying, a lot of meetings to pull this all together. We have a plan. This plan will raise $240 million over the next 30 years.
Okay, thank you.
Hey!
I was keeping time. And
Actually, I have a kill switch here. That's why it didn't work.
we will have 3 questions in regards to Measure P, and for which we will have 2 minutes to answer each question. The first question is, what projects are included in Measure P and how are they prioritized?
Measure P is really, it's divided into 3 different groups. Together to raise $240 million. $120 million will go towards Highway 25. As you all know, Highway 25 right now is a major problem in our community, for our commuters, for businesses. It also raises $72 million to help fix the roads within the cities and the counties. These are the potholes, the damaged roads that we have that are existing. And also has $48 million to help with some of the existing roads to finish off some of the projects, some of the widening within some of the highways such as Fairview or some of the areas near the schools that we need to finish up some of these projects that are very dangerous around these schools and throughout the community. This is what's going to help the community flow better. Highway 25 at this point right now is at capacity. It's at capacity right now. And if we don't deal with it with these dollars and put that plan together and put it into effect and push all those that were speaking here from the state and federal to help us, we're never going to bring those jobs. And that's how we work towards these projects, understanding what the numbers are. I can tell you, it's a lot of money. In the city of Hollister alone, we need over $4 million just to keep the roads as they are. If we want to fix them, we're looking at about $8 million. If we want really good roads, we're looking at $10 million. Currently, the city of Hollister receives about $800,000 in gas tax. We're nowhere near there. This is why this is an investment from the entire community for all of us to understand. It is critical to make these changes now and not wait to the point where it finally bankrupts us.
Okay, thank you. Our second question is, considering the projected growth in San Benito County, how is Measure P going to reduce the impact of increased commuter traffic?
As I said earlier, the issue we have is, our main issues are Highway 25, 156. 156 has the funding for it, or at least we raised the money for it. Well, the state is pulling back on some of those dollars. Without Measure P, Highway 25 is never going to happen. The state has made it clear they're not going to help with the widening of Highway 25. In their view, this is our issue. Their new strategy is trains and different modes of transportation. It's important for us to understand, again, that the widening of Highway 25 is the most important project in this community. If we can't widen Highway 25, we will never bring the industry everyone was talking about here tonight. We just won't. All of you that are traveling on that highway at 5 in the morning, you know exactly what I'm talking about. All of you that are coming back in the evening at 4 or 5 o'clock and are stuck on that ramp to get back to town, understand what I'm talking about. These are major problems, and these are actually the first issues we're going to be addressing with Measure P on those dollars. We're going to work on the on-ramp coming back from 101 to Highway 25. We're going to work on some safety lanes on Highway 25 as we work with our partnership right now with the VTA, Santa Clara County, to do a new interchange on the 101-25. So we are working as a partnership throughout different agencies, and I hope the candidates are still here. I'm going to ask you all, the most important thing you can ask of those candidates running for Assembly or Congress, give us back our dollars so we can take care of our roads here in San Benito County.
Thank you.
Are they here?
And our third and final question is, in light of the controversial allocation of Gavilan College bond funds, how would you address citizens' concern about how Measure P funding will be spent?
You know, in politics, it's really a shame that the people elect all of us to represent them. They trust us to do the right thing. And unfortunately, every once in a while, something goes wrong. And that's a shame because it really does hurt all of us. We have an oversight committee for Measure P. The dollars are designated for these projects. Here's a great thing. There is no way Sacramento can come in and take our money. There's just no way. There's no way the city can come in and say, we decided we want to do this with the project and forget San Benito County. Those dollars are already allocated on the percentages. We have the oversight committee, and most importantly, we have all of you. If we're failing you, we're not keeping our word, come after us. Don't ever let it go again as in the past. You are the strongest voice out there. That's how we're going to make sure these dollars are implemented the right way and they go into action right away rather than just sit out there or go to different types of projects.
Okay, thank you. And now you'll have 2 minutes for a closing statement.
As I said earlier, this is one of those projects, and we all hate taxes. We all hate paying more. But if we don't invest in our own community, we all lose. And we are a small community. We're a small community. I can tell you, Sacramento, Washington is not going to put their dollars here. We live in the community that we pay for. If we don't invest in our own community, why should somebody else? Never are you ever going to see all the elected officials agreeing on one thing, and it's Measure P. We understand, we're clear. We're at capacity on Highway 25 right now. If we approve it now, it's still going to take several years. We have to work together today in a way that has never been done before. And I think we finally have done it. So I want to thank all of you for being out here tonight and supporting Measure P and coming out to the vault in a few minutes, right?
Yes. Thank you.